Sorry, Daryl, but it would be like Daryl gets a quote for, I don't know what the deal was this year, but a quote for a piece of equipment or whatever it was. This is the quote, this is how much it costs, you know, do we have authorization to issue payment for this? And then we would obtain a receipt or what have you after the fact. Because what I don't think everybody's gonna be able to do is go front all of these things. So it will be, you know, some might be invoices, some might be quotes that are, you know, we have to pay on. And that's where I think it should be in this kind of setting where all of those things get talked out, marked off, and approved.
Yeah, and that's where I would worry a little bit about, 45 days or increasing the days.
I think 30 days is doable, or it could be, we could take the 30 days off the table and at the next reasonable scheduled LTAC meeting or whatever it is.
Well, I think if you do that, then they have questions as to like timing, so I think it would be easier. So like you have council on set days of
Yeah.
the month,
Mhm.
so I think it would be just be easier to say like, we'll review invoices the first Wednesday of every month or whatever we agree on, and then that's just the standing whatever. I think that would be easier for people to digest.
Yeah, whatever your guys' willingness to meet on a regulatory date. Haven't received any invoices, then that regulatory date just doesn't. You can choose to have a meeting on other things, or you can
Just can't.
correct, yeah. I mean, very much like what the library board of trustees did, and the library director would present. Here's all the invoices, here's a quote, here's a whatever. If you approve, then I can proceed. That's where the finance team's coming from. You approve it, we can proceed with our end.
Does that sound reasonable to people?
I think so, as long as you have an active LTAC that comes to the meetings, because then, like, to Sarah's point, the onus shouldn't be on Sarah. She's not a hospitality expert to know whether or not that invoice looks questionable or that quote or whatever, like.
Yeah, not for those specific things.
What if you did like a warrant committee?
Could do a warrant.
Have
committee.
like 2 or 3 of them come in and check them
So
when we get them.
City council is on, so the city cuts checks every Friday. We pay invoices every single Friday. And then the warrant committee made up of 2 appointed by the mayor, so you guys could decide, comes in and says, yes, no. Then we can send out or cut the checks. Normally we have them cut, ready to go, and then they go through the invoices and they say all things are well, they sign off on the sheet, then that's our authority to go and send those statement or bills and checks out. That might even work better.
Yeah, I think that does look better.
That's a really good idea.
And I think that is a good idea to have us take a look at it, because, for example, on the recipients that we gave partial to,
Yeah.
we gave them partial for specific items.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not for their entire.
Absolutely. So you could form, and that could be every 2 weeks, and some weeks there's not gonna be none, and just like council, if we have to skip like Thanksgiving, there was no warrant committee because nobody was here on Friday. We just notified those 2 committee members and the mayor, hey, there will be warrants or whatever you choose to call it. I mean, they are still warrants. They will still go in the council warrants either way, so.
But it gives you guys
Yeah,
as a
I like
committee
that.
oversight.
And then we can put your approvals with the stuff that the council reviews for their warrant.
Yeah, I think that would be. Which that makes sense to everybody, that on this agreement, we will add that there will be quarterly
Yeah.
oral reports.
Yeah.
And anyone want to volunteer for a warrant committee?
We can do it electronically.
Yeah.
So Eugene and Shannon aren't out of the woods. Okay. Yeah, we have 2 or 1 council member that we have to send, not have to, we send them electronically because they work and it's just easier for time management.
And then do you just respond via email, it's fine, or I agree, or you just?
Oh, we send you we'll create an actual document that is a signature and a date and attach whatever invoices or quotes or what have you with it. And then what we can do is whatever you decide on your meeting schedule later on in this, is that we will bring those like we provide to the city council to every next meeting thereafter for the whole group to see.
Is there another volunteer?
I will.
Of Shannon and George for
I can volunteer to be the backup in case they can.
Perfect.
I do have one other suggested change in the agreement. Page 7 of our packet. That's at the top where it says publications. It says any publications produced with funds from this agreement must display the following language. This project is being supported in whole or in part by lodging tax fund from the city of Ocean Shores. I did notice that Visit Ocean Shores website does not give any credit at all.
Yeah.
To the city or to LTAC. So I think maybe to make that clearer, we can say any publication, print or digital, or similar word to that. And that's something we need to look at because I believe it's the Master Gardeners have also asked for funding for publication and so we need to make sure that. I thought we didn't do anything for that.
they got a partial
They got a
for
partial.
one of their requests because it
For
was
the, you know,
For the sale,
yeah, it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
to help them market it outside.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure. I don't know how they interpreted publication, but I think if we add the digital there.
and even though that's in the agreement, that's a very valid, consistent thing. So we can put that in their award letters that we send out to as a reminder. The LTAC committee requires under the tourism agreement that digital, blah, blah, blah. My politically correct way of saying things.
Any digital or
Yeah.
print marketing needs to say blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah.
Not in front of people.
Yeah. Written. Yeah.
The only changes I can make. Everybody okay with those?
Those ones I don't think, and obviously the mayor will have to approve it, but those ones don't have any legal ramifications. So I think those are all things we can just update the verbiage and do what we have and send them to you as the chair and just start plugging away at the award.
Anything else on those attachments in Nicole or Sarah that go with that form? They all look pretty straightforward. Okay, fund reimbursement process, approval process. So Sarah, you already pretty much addressed this. Is there anything to add to that? So we will have a committee. We don't call it warrants, what will we call it? This reimbursement approval committee?
Yeah, that's perfect. We might just put together a little one pager policy of what the responsibilities of that committee is. Something and send it.
Okay, that would be good if you could do that.
Yeah.
including the timing for that.
Yep.
And the expectation of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I think that, thank you, because I think that's easier than.
yeah, and we'll make sure to do it on the same day. No, like, so it's not, you have to look at your emails every single day to try and find what date we're gonna ask you to. We'll figure out like a bi-weekly, probably Thursday or Friday to do that. No, I'm gonna do it Friday though.
Early Thursday. Fridays for me.
That's fair.
Given the season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all season now.
Yeah.
I'd be glad to come over and do it, other than a Christmas party, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't like that.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we'll have a bi-weekly review by the reimbursement approval committee. We'll send that out in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll work on this between, well, next week and make sure that we get approval for the policy, the updates to the agreement. And then if you have any feedback on the reimbursement form itself, and once it's all approved, then we'll just start
Okay.
doing it.
Yeah, I mean, if we can have it by January,
Oh.
because I know what the
Yeah,
holidays.
we want it done well before then, because in January is when we'll start.
Sending these out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This place where you look at, they use on the sheet, if there's more hotels counted, and to please include
Oh.
the backup provided for these statistics given to you by hotels. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Typically, what they should be able to do is get like either an email or like a report from the hotel that says these are the rooms booked for this event. I know that I can write down anything I want to say on a form, and that doesn't make it true. So anything that they could provide that actually shows the data, some politically correct way to write that would be helpful. That comes between like, I use a clicker at my event entrance.
Yeah.
And it actually got that.
Absolutely. Well, I think Grace Harbor Youth Athletics provided exactly what you're talking about, just that data sheet from those actual entities that made what they were putting on this form valid.
That brings up, I thought too, in fairness to her, she had a very hard time getting that from people, so if you do in January, that might be something to go over with hotels about, like, the city's expectation is that
Oh, yeah.
we're going to hold people accountable for this, that you participate in giving us the information.
And even if they do not, then, you know, the document showing that you have in fact requested it would work. Yeah.
But I think that lodging establishment needs to understand why this is important. You can't hold George responsible for filling the convention center and us funding and figuring out if that event put a head in a bed.
So on this form, is there a way to make that a requirement rather than?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what, rather than it's optional?
Yeah.
Information.
I would go as far as to say if the hotel was unwilling to give you the data, please provide.
Yeah.
Unwillingness or how nice the word that.
Well, and I think that if an event shows where it, you know, right after their event, they've asked and it's 3 months later for their final report and they still haven't received anything, showing proof that they did in fact ask goes a long ways too. Yeah. We can update that.
I just know that Sarah Tiffany, Grace Harbor Youth Athletics took that advice, and then she had a struggle getting it, so.
Any other changes there?
Got some on.
Yeah.
Page 25 on the expense reimbursement request. Couple of things I had some notes on was, I guess to make it easier for public information requests. Would it be easier to have, helpful to have the city accounting number on it, where this is going to or from? So if someone said, I want to see how much money was spent on this, but.
Oh, you mean the bars code?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can put that on here.
Would that make it easier for you?
Everything's the same. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
And then I was looking at the organization name, and on the expenses, we've got room for 5 expenses. Again, going back, because I was thinking of just gonna go to you, but perhaps something like with the expense on the description, the purpose. So here's the company name, so you can match that up with an invoice. And then the purpose, why are you spending money to this company? So something that would help the committee to look at to see that this is true.
So
And
maybe
then-
add a column that says vendor.
Oh, there you go.
Just again, then, because you already have on that subscription, the amount.
Yeah, so add vendor and bars.
And I'm not, in the past, you know, because it's been a check written to the or to the event or whatever. And then they would go in their leisure time and pay the convention center for rentals and stuff. If their request, and I don't know how many of them there was, but we would just, once they would supply that, but we're just gonna pay the convention center. We're not gonna send them the check to them, take it into, so that will be nice too, because that'll just be straight across
Is
the
that
board.
disclosed anywhere? Because if it's not.
No, and that's absolutely the point, like all maybe we'll put that on here, you still have to, I'm not gonna guess if what you owe as a rental for whatever, you know, you still have to supply those things, but the reimbursement of that or the check cut for that will be given directly to the convention center, we can put that on here.
I would.
Yeah.
given that-
In the award disbursement part, add another bullet.
That they're still responsible. I don't know what your fee is, and I'm not gonna go
Mm-mm.
chase George around asking him, like, you provide what you were given, and then we will adequately pay and you will be made aware.
Unless they've already paid.
Did you have expense listed below and a cash item and receipt or quote?
Yeah, quote or invoice,
Yeah.
because some places will give you an invoice. Yeah. See, this is why 50 people have to look at it. Yeah. Because every time you look at it, it could be better.
I was looking at the bottom line where it says amount reimbursed, because this is what the question I had before was about the running balance that an entity might have, so that we don't award more than they're supposed to get. Because once I suppose, once this committee would say, yes, it's okay, then it's out, you're done. So to prevent that, I had the account available balance, but I didn't see that at the bottom. So is that something that the entity should be, or it says official use only, so that when we get this form,
Yeah, I think I envision like having a huge spreadsheet, not huge, but of everyone that was awarded their starting balance. And then the approvals as we go down, and then those are given to you also is a part of your meetings, informational, and then that will be what, like somebody gives me this, it says, I need to spend $5,000, I go to this spreadsheet, what do they have, what will this give them, you know? And that would be then given to the warrant committee to have when they review.
Yeah, and I think a summary of that, like we get for the finance committee, that we can just see that at our quarterly meetings.
That was all that I had.
Those are good. Thank
Yeah,
you,
that's
Daryl.
good. Any other changes, suggestions? Okay, well, today, Nicole, potential meeting room availability. So it sounded like, well, let me just confirm that quarterly for our general meeting, quarterly seemed reasonable to have, in which we'll review the finances and we'll have reports from those who have received money. Does that still sound okay? So to set up a regular meeting quarterly, any of these days are better or not?
I feel like you're better doing a non-Monday.
Third Thursday. Is that finance committee? Oh, no, that's.
No, that's fourth.
Thursday.
Will any of those times change though, next year?
No, that's
No,
based on
these
their
are the
next year
ones.
calendar.
It's based on the next year, okay. Day work better, we'll cross out Monday. There's no Fridays here, so we don't need to worry about that.
I mean,
And
I wonder
was
if we
gonna
could
ask
just go right before finance committee on the fourth Thursday.
I don't know if they, what else they have that day. Let's look.
It kind of just go hand, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like finance, like it'd be like a full circle kind of thing.
Look, on the fourth Thursday of December of next year is Christmas Day.
Well,
Well,
today's, or this year's Christmas Eve, we're not having one either, so. Some of them don't happen.
So would that work better for you?
Well, anything, I work here, so anytime works for me.
We're aware of that.
But I think it'd be fun to have it on the same day as finance committee, if that's possible. She's gonna take a peek at that and see.
Yeah, because it's whether the library is. also
Right,
available.
yeah.
Let's see, she's setting up twice, right?
Yeah,
That's what's happening.
yeah, we would just come in and do a whole bunch of finance fun. So.
sorry, I'm looking at a couple months just to make sure. I mean, so far looks clear. Yeah,
Hi Eugene, thank you for joining us.
he got here at like 5 after.
Yeah,
He's been here.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah,
I
I've
know.
been here. It's a little hard to hear, so I'm
Oh,
just kind of
crap.
trying to listen in as much as possible.
He's unmuted. It's this
Oh.
speakerphone isn't working how it's supposed to today. Try again, Eugene.
Is it working now?
Yeah,
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Sorry, joined a few minutes late. It's a little hard to hear, so I'm just trying to follow along, and I'll listen to the video replay afterwards if there is one.
yeah, there will be one. Does that work?
So fourth Thursday,
Yeah,
four?
yeah. If an hour is long enough for you guys. Cause we'd just leave it set up.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, it would depend on how many people we have recording. Whether an hour would be enough.
Let's
mean, you
see
can
if
start
we-
it-
Let's see if we can, let us go back and review and see if we can somehow swing it, and then we can send it out to you guys and.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's really, it doesn't look like there's really anything on most
Yeah,
the
so-
months at all after 11. So
Yeah, so I think we'll be okay to even do it from, you know.
like
have it
3
booked
if
for
we wanted.
3 on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope that an hour would be enough, but, you know, some months depending.
It's
on
good to have a
what's
buffer.
happening.
So if 3 works for everybody, it should work for the calendar.
3 p.m.?
Or Thursday.
So quarterly, you already have the one in October that you're supposed to have, and the one in April, the meeting. So quarterly, that would put you at January, April. Then what, July and October? Is that what that is? So that's just for one meeting, and then when you get close to
Yeah, then you'll do your.
other applications, you have more, but
Well, and in between January and April, you'll probably have more because you'll open it up for the second one, but these will be the designated ones for your reporting and
Yeah.
stuff. Anything in the interim will be, you know, specific to application process.
Yeah, well, I'd like to have a regular meeting, so that way not every meeting is a special meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Well, this is really what we needed to get rolling, so.
Anything else from committee members? Any questions from anyone, including Eugene? Do you have any questions, things to add?
What was the meeting, next meeting again? Sorry, I couldn't quite hear the date.
it would be the fourth Thursday.
Fourth Thursday in January.
January 22nd.
January 22nd.
Yep, I should be available, so sounds good.
At 3 p.m.
Sounds great. I have no other questions.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you all for your suggestions and for actually going through the documents that we have.